Hi and welcome everybody. I think we're live now. Sorry about that little issue with my camera. I came on looking like I'd been in Spain, I think, for about 2 weeks, like bright red around the face. Excuse me. So yeah, a little bit stressful. I'm like pressing buttons. What's going on? Evening John, evening Spit Roast. Spit Roast, that's an unusual name. You're late. Yes, I know. Sorry, Spit Roast. Not very late. Was I 3 minutes? I've known worse channels for being a bit tardy. Vaping Smurf. Hi, how are you getting on? Have a little vape. Actually, I won't. I'll hide that one for a minute. When people have started to join in on the show, then I'll start to show what I've got. I think there's about 11 people, I think, looking at this at the moment, so not that many. Switch my wicks. Yes, I'm on my own. Do you fancy joining me? You can go if you've got your... Oh, I don't know if we can do it. You've got your Skype. Or we haven't... Have you got your Skype? I can't remember. Answer me and let me know if we set you up on Skype, because I can't remember. Switch my wicks. Evening, Lynn. How are you? Lane Jackson. John. I've said hello to John. John likes saying hello to everyone. He's a popular man, John is. He's often in chat. Shane. Hi, Shane. Simon Bridgewood. Keith, Martin and Chunk. Hi, Chunk. How are you? I must have Chunk on the show one day. I keep saying that, and that must happen. That's got to be a thing, Chunk. That must be done. Mr. What's that? Mr. Hearty Q, Hearty K. Oh, I don't know. Good evening. And Ian, Asphodel, Sam Harris, Coil UK. Wow, we've got a few in tonight. Webley Family Vlogs. Andy Fletcher, hi Andy. Sam, thank you Sam for putting that. Oxfordshire Vapors. That'll save me making a mistake rather than just OV. That one got me. Grey Vapor. Yep, okay, brilliant. There's one or two of you in. So yeah, apologies. There's no guest tonight. It's my fault. I've been really busy over the bank holiday. I didn't really have a bank holiday worth talking about. And switch my wit. Haven't got my Skype yet. Just getting back into things after. Oh, bless you. I'm sorry to hear that. Your dad passed away. Well, that's sometimes real life, does take over, and there's some things that are far more important than anything on social media. That stands to reason. So yeah, hi Justin. Bank holiday weekend. I didn't really have one. I was working, loading things on the site Friday night till stupid o'clock. Saturday, I had a bit of a time off on Saturday. That was quite nice. I had a barbie. And Sunday I was working again. I realised that I had no coils and had to make coils. So. Yeah, I was desperately working away doing that. Hey, the spelling on... Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, I got there in the end. It's the Norfolk factor aspect. It takes time for things to sink in, but we get there in the end. Okay, well, I'll just tell you what I'm vaping on. I'm on the... This is a prototype, actually, this tank. So it is going to be made, not quite the same as this, but it's a mouth to lung I've been trying out, and we will be stocking it as well. Dear little tank, little 18mm tank, and in there I've got my Kona Packer by Manabush. So put him to one side. David, Salford Vapor, he might be in chat later on. David sent me some of his Turkish tobacco, which I've got in here, in the Y stick with a gate tank inside. and just send your message there. Yeah, get in touch on Twitter in a couple of weeks. Fantastic, do well. What else am I on tonight? Well, I did just charge this up a bit. Let's unplug it now. Hopefully there'll be enough in there. This is on the smock. This is the new, again it's a prototype, but it will be a thing. A dripper that's coming out from Keys. I told you it is this week. Don't care this week. People are upset me today, so I don't care. So there you go. That's that dripper. That's very good, that one. I'm also on my True Tank. That's on the Dovpo. Now this one looks a bit leery glary, the Ember 60, but I can tell you it is. There's the screen. It's actually a fantastic little battery mod. This, really enjoying it. It's a thumb firer, so you can see there, thumb fire on the top. It's temp control, not that I use it. This is just on 12 watts. Yeah, it's just, you can lock it so that you can't, there you go, it says it's locked now. I can't change the, that's the thing for me sometimes. Some of these mods that you can't lock, they're in your pocket, you go to vape and mouth to lung and you're on 35, 40, 50 watts. You know, so that's quite a biggie for me to be able to lock those buttons. You know, I reckon it's, I'll be amazed if there's no one in chat that hasn't happened to. So it's happened to me quite a bit. But yeah, it's the battery life on this. I mean, I've been using that all day. Hopefully you can see that battery life. It's just amazing. All day this has pretty much been my go-to, and you know, to have all that battery. I can't remember what the MAR was of the battery, but on my True Tank. I had a message today about the True Tank that someone said he was getting some moisture underneath. Well, I think you can see that it's bone dry. Now, basically it was being suggested that it wasn't coming out the airflow control. Well, I can tell you, let's take that off. If it's coming out the bottom, it will be coming out the airflow control, out the airflow, because it would be running out of here and down between the side of this ring. So, and if anyone doesn't know how to take this airflow off a True Tank, try holding it up. You basically want the largest hole. God, here we go. This caca. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's add this camera in here. Right. Can we all see? There you go. So you want, basically you want the large hole. Can you see there's a little lip there? The large airflow matching up with the large one here. Push it on and then twist clockwise, and then you're on properly. So let's get rid of that camera now. My word, me and technology, and I actually got it right. I like it on the middle hole, so I'll put that on there, but you can see, alright, there might be like a very fine mist on the bottom of that, and that's usual, but if you're getting a lot of liquid there, it's, you haven't wicked it right. Simple. Plain and simple. So back to this one. So let's move that out of the way. Have I missed any messages? Don't start me on temp control again. Yeah, we did discuss that, didn't we? Oh, evening Kieran, AVC. And Tolmac, hiya. Lane, UK Vapester, hi Rob, how are you? Watched your show as well, Rob. Had a little drop in on that. It's very good. A little bit. I think there wasn't as many people on as I expected, and stick with it, Rob. I'm sure it'll come. It will come. You're a good one, and you'll get the people. Mr. Hart, I can't. Mr. Hart 2K. That is a Andy. I'd call you Andy. Also on the True Tank was 6 milligram robust black tobacco. Well, that sounds right. Oh, it's Juice Cabin, is it? Yeah. And I think the rest, I think I've missed a lot else. It's just people. Oh, here we go. Well, there you go. Let's put high spit roast. Let's put your comment on there. Minikin boost. Turned it up to 60 plus watts for my normal 16.5 watts just from moving it. Worst hit ever. Exactly. And that does happen. You know, it's happened to me. And once you know, it's like once you've burnt that cotton, that's it. You know, you never seem to get the taste back on that tank. So, lastly, what am I vaping on? Well, this lovely little fella here, 18350. It's like a mech mod with a dripper, but with a chip with safety features. There's the fire button there. Actually, let's do the same again. Let me show you on the other camera. Add that there. Right, in fact, let's take me away. Ta-ta. Right. Let's just show you on this one. I think it's, excuse my hands, I've come back from work, etc. I've got an annoying bit on the screen. That's better. Right, this is the blue and stainless steel one. This is the stab wood here. Dripper at the top. These are literally, this was part of my silly o'clock Friday night, putting them on the site. There's the deck, and it basically takes air in from the front there, in via a little slit. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Couldn't see for looking. If I tilt it that way, there you go, you can see it now. So in fact, while this is down there, let's drip some juice on there. You can put on whatever tank you like on here, but it's a 25mm deck. So, you know, perhaps a mouth to lung would work. We'll try it in a minute. Just give that a little press, get rid of that juice on the coil. There you go. So we'll put this back on. If I can line it up. There we go. Yeah, you can put any dripper you like on here. Basically you put the battery in the bottom. There you go, 18350. And the battery actually lasts a fair while. And inside there you can see the chip, which can be got at from the top as well. And once you've put the battery on, the threads on this are, as you can hear, lovely. There's a tightener here on the bottom plate to stop your battery moving around. Ultim fire button. Lovely. So let's go back up the top. Right, add me. I'll go on the wrong side now and take that away. How's that? There you go. I haven't been... bloody hell, that's tiny. Yeah, it is. It's tiny. But it does pack quite a punch. There you go. I've got a 3-core NI80 coil on here. Who'd have thought that from a little 18350 battery? When you think of the advances we've had on batteries now, the early 18350 batteries were absolutely, well, they were rank, weren't they? They didn't last long at all, but you know, now they're so much better. There we are. So, has anyone said anything about that one? Apart from it's tiny. Oh, there you go, Chunk. What battery used in that brand model? Good as, yep, hard to find. Well, there you go, Chunk. I've shown you the battery, and they are on our site, and I think Fogstar sell them as well. So there you go. There's two of us. Right, let's put Webley. Hi Webley, put your comment up there. Anyone use the Hexa 2? Do the pods last a while, only being 1.7? Personally, I haven't. I'm not a great pod lover. We sell the PAL 2 kit, which I quite like that because you can change the coils, and it's a half tidy battery life. I did have one. Here's one kicking around here. We do that one. But in general, I'm not much of a pod lover. I've also got the Smock. There's another pod there actually, but that's a Sense one. I think that's the Smock Nord. I haven't used this for ages. Oh no. That one's soaked up, it's liquid. Right, so yeah, sorry Webley, I can't really comment on your pod. There are so many pods on the market, and I get different manufacturers say, oh, they call me like Mr. Mark and things, you know, you must try a new pod. I think, oh, please don't send it, I don't want it. A pod would have to be exceptional now, I think, for me to stock another one, because I don't know, I'm fed up. There's so many other decent things. I mean, look at that. Who wants a pod when you can have that and walk around with that? You know, it's nuts. Why would you want one? In my opinion. Anyone agree with me? Just type yes or no. No, you're a fool, or yes, that'll do. Yeah, thanks Rob. It is cool, isn't it? How cool is that? It's the box for it is there. Ultrona is the make, and as you can see, that's the blue and stainless steel. You also get, which I haven't actually fitted yet, that's a warranty card. I'll be doing a review, I guess. You get a lanyard with, you can fit one of these little rings on the top and use a lanyard, but for me, I wouldn't use it with a lanyard. I'd rather just, I guess in the summer though, if you've got shorts on, it might be quite handy. But maybe I'll shall I have a go putting that on? Let's see how we do it. Oh, I've unscrewed the top. Oh, dropped it. Yeah, just so, actually let's take the top off. There you go, you can see the chip in the top, and you can take that out, and should the chip go wrong, replace it. That's the bigger one. Let's try the smaller one. There's two of these rings. I haven't actually tried one on, I'm going to be honest with you. The dog's barking at something on the television. If you can hear the dog, sorry folks. That I'm not sure if I've got that right. So there it is on the top, and you can have it as a lanyard, but I'm going to take that off. That's not really, it's not my thing. For some people it would be, but for me, I don't think so. I don't know. Let me experiment with it. I'll come back to you on that one. I probably should have tried it more before I came on the show. Right, where are we? Yeah, done the battery. Thanks, Chunk. That's a dainty one. Yeah, it is, Ian. Yeah. Chunks. Don't know. Oh, it's yeah, okay. He's having a bit of banter with someone in chat. Yeah, I thought you'd like it, Lynn. I think that's probably up your street, knowing what you've purchased of me before. How much that guy set you back? It is $69.99, I think, by memory. That's the stabwood one. There is also a cheaper variant that is just stainless steel throughout, but they're on their way. They haven't arrived yet. These only arrived on Friday morning. I've had my eye on those for some time. Keith, is that an Ed Zachary mark? No, it's not an Ed Zachary. It's an original product. It's not a clone or anything like that. It's an original product by Ultrona. So, Andy Harris, change my real name, be easier. Not sure what that means. Salford, I've been talking about you, Salford. I've been saying about my Turkish, which I got in here in the gate. So thanks for sending me that. What a nice man he is. I'll still pick on him if he's on the show again, because he just lends himself to it. Switch my Wix, Mark, will you be getting the Passage RDA in, as I'm looking to buy along with Topside? What's the Passage? Passage, I haven't heard of the Passage. What have I missed? Spit Roast, there you go. Let's put your comment up there. And that's the second comment, I think, from the put up. Love the PAL 2 with the Sprite 1.2 coils that last me 10 hours a day on a building site. Yeah, there's some new coils as well, some new 1 ohm coils coming. Well, they're not coming, they're here. I just haven't put them on the site yet, so they're supposed to be even better still. So there you go. That's going to be a new one. I must get those on the site. I am awful at this chat, wasn't I? Yes and yes again. There you go. So pods. No. Yeah, see, everyone. No one likes a pod. Not on my chat. That's unfair to say. I think pods have got their place. If you just want something hassle free and you're going somewhere for the night, and a pod might well get you through. I get it. I do get that entirely, but I also think that other things can be just as good and just as straightforward, really, in a way, without the. I don't know. I find a bit of a faff. I mean, let's be quite honest about pods. Why do manufacturers make pods? They make pods because with an RTA, you sell an RTA. It's a one-hit sale. You might sell if someone likes your pre-made coils, you might sell some of them. But the reason they sell pods is so that they get you back and they sell the replacement pods for them, and they earn more money. So I think that's why manufacturers are so keen to promote pods. That's my take on it. True Tank, I know it doesn't fit, it looks silly, but there's the True Tank. Although I'm just going to prove a point that the chip will work with the mouth to lung as well. It just gives you what you need in relation to what coil you've got on there. So one was a direct lung with a 3-core coil, and that one obviously is a single coil, it's a Clapton still, but it's just a single wire coil at about I'll tell you in a minute, it's about 1 ohm, just over 1 ohm. Rob UK Vapester. Webley found that's part of an internal conversation, I think, with someone else, but you've got a good pod coming up. Fair enough, Rob. If you've got a good one, I'd like to see your review, but that's my take on it. Lynn, any idea where Daniel is tonight? Daniel's still a bit poorly, Lynn. I have spoken to him on the phone. He's a lovely chap, Daniel, and I'm sure he'll watch the rerun of this. But yeah, he's not been very well. So I'm sure, we all wish him a speedy recovery. It's one of those things that, I think with Daniel, he has like bouts of like an illness, and it's good days, bad days. Today's a bad day, so yep. We wish you well, Daniel. He may well pop in chat later, but I know he was struggling earlier on. So you are it. The responsibility, Lynn, is all on you as my one and only spanner. Lane, there you go. Can you recommend a cheap first mouth-to-lung RTA, please, Mark? Do you mean, Lane, with a stock coil? Or do you mean a rebuildable that you build yourself? I mean, if you're talking stock coil, we don't actually sell. Well, we do our pro coils, but I think that's again you're borderline putting your own wicks in, and that's probably not what you mean by a stock coil tank. Innokin is probably the way forward, although we don't sell them. Innokin are good with a stock coil mouth to lung, or there's a Vandy Vape stock coil. I don't know what that's like, and if anyone in chat knows what the Vandy Vape one's like, please comment, or anyone got any good ideas. As far as a rebuildable straightforward one, well, something like the I guess the True Tank. Some people struggle wicking it, but it shouldn't really have been a thing if you follow the procedure quite closely, or the Gate, or the Ed Zachary that I've got on the site as well. What else have we got? Yeah, Rob, let's put that one up there. Yeah, they're a little bit expensive to just hand out. I didn't get. Sometimes with manufacturers, I get samples. Keys are a good example of that. They'll send me a prototype. We'll talk about the prototype. We'll adjust it, change it. Sometimes they listen to me. Sometimes they don't. They'll then send off, or they'll tell me they're going to produce it. I'll order it, and then they'll send me off my order, and include with that 6, 10 samples to send out, and I'm more than happy to send them to reviewers and people I want to send them to. So I don't mind paying the postage, because the reviewers say, thanks Mark for sending it from Nature Vape. So I get a little plug that way, which I am here to make money as well. But no, if I haven't been given these, which I haven't, this was paid for by me, then no, I can't then hand those out, Rob. Sorry, I love you long time too. Dave, see Mark has something. Oh right, yeah, that's John talking about the Turkish tobacco. Right, okay. Well, Lane again. I have plenty of direct lung RTAs, but fancy trying a mouth to lung. Again, Lane, you haven't told me. Do you mean just a stock coil? So you buy a coil, you screw it in, or would you like to put your own wire in and wick it yourself? So rebuildable, or just say RTA for a rebuildable, or just put stock coil for the other, and I'll try and answer you. And I don't think that's it. So yeah, your ears were burning. Salford. In a nice way though. I did say, bless him, it was nice of him to send it. And I'll return your stratum very shortly too. No, it hasn't gone in the bin. It's actually very nice. It is good, Turkish tobacco. I was just fascinated to try it. It's David's own blend. And yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think you should sell it. But you'd have to do it on the QT, because it has to go through TPD. I am, of course, joking. But yeah, no, it's good. David's obviously found his own recipe, his own menu. He may or may not share that with people, I don't know. Yeah, and it's not bad. It's nice. It's a nice change, and I think sometimes we need a change of a flavour. I mean, I vape the same flavour for a long time, but in this one I've got the mango, papaya and peach, which is somewhere here. But yeah, and now and again I'll pick up like this. I mean, I'm quite into this one as well. The rhubarb and custard concentrate that we do. I'm enjoying that one as well. And of course I'm testing the cherry bake. I ignore the handwriting. Cherry Bakewell 3 milligram, which that's not a concentrate yet. It's one we're just tweaking it very slightly. Oh right, okay. Thanks, Tolmac. The Passage RDA is designed by Suck My Mod. I haven't seen it. I can't comment on that one. Yeah, Chunk has put that up. Where did all the 2.5 ohm and 3 ohm coils go? Yeah, I mean they were some really high ohm coils in the early days, and we've really come down a level on that now. Really have. Yeah, it's a bit roast. That's fair enough. You'd rather take a pod to work than your billet box. Yeah, I mean if you work in you're a builder or something like that, you wouldn't really want to take your billet box, would you? So your pod get you through the day, get home, your billet box becomes the pipe beside your chair. So I get that. I get that completely. It's Watofo, is it? Yeah, I was sent there's Daniel. Look, talking of which, I was just about to say I was sent a Watofo, a recurve by one of my customers to try. I thought that was lovely. I won't say who it is, he'll get embarrassed. He's in chat. Yeah, there you go. If you're in stealth mode, Daniel, obviously you'll want to come out of stealth mode, so I'll put you on the screen. He's just keeping quiet. He's in stealth mode. Yeah, I mean, if you got a headache or whatever, Daniel, then yeah, fair enough. Just nice of you to join us, and I appreciate that, especially when you're struggling. Bless you. Nice chat. And everyone's saying hello to Daniel. God, am I miles behind on chat again? There you go. Let's put that one up. There's an advert. I can do a blindfold wick of the True Tank if you want. I think one or two people found it a bit of a struggle at the start, but I think once you understand the tank, it's like everything else. If you buy something, you have to think to yourself, now what's this tank trying to do? What do I think would be the best way of wicking it? And once you realise how it likes to be wicked, I can as well. It's slide through, snip, done, fluff it up a bit. I know exactly what I'm doing. It doesn't take long at all. Oh, bless you, Daniel. Yeah, bless you. What a lovely thing to say. Oh, Lane, there you go, Lane. Sorry, Lane, if you said that, I do apologise. RTA, rebuildable. Well, there you go. There's 3 in that I would recommend that we do, and I mean there are others. There's the Berserker. There's the new Berserker as well. The Berserker Mini 1.5. I think that's supposed to be quite good, although I haven't tried one. But where is it? It's Zachary. He's not about. He's gone. I did have him about. Yeah, there's the Ed Zachary, which is an absolute doddle. You'll find that on the site. That is renamed for something else, which you'll possibly understand. And there's the Gate mouth to lung. That's again easy, and I've made YouTube reviews on both of those. No, I haven't, not the Ed Zachary. I have on the Gate. And there is, of course, my True Tank, which, I find easy, and Chunk, bless him, has said he finds it easy as well. Oh, there you go. Let's put that up from David. Thanks, David. Anyone want to make it of a DIY vid up from 2 of my tobaccos? So, what an industry we're in where someone's not selfish and keeping it to themselves and sharing it with everyone. Thanks for that, David. And here's a mouth to lung man, so let's put this one up. Kieran. Kieran's knowledgeable, he knows what he's talking about. And lane True RTA, so that's that one lane. Gate RTA, that's that one lane. Or Hot Sig Centaur Mini RTA are the best 3, or my best 3. I haven't tried the Hot Sig, I must try that. But there you go, he's another reviewer lane, and a good reviewer. Also done reviews of those. Well, certainly of the 2 tanks that I saw. I think he's done the Hot Sigs. Probably all 3 reviews on Kieran, another vape channel's site. And David, Salford Vapor, has also done a review of the tanks as well. Who's also in chat. As have others, but you know, these 2 are in chat. Have I caught up? No, I'm not far off though. Well done me. Going to time have I'd like to give you a little wave, probably with 2 fingers, Kieran. Mark, did you watch Klaus' review on the gate yet? I think it's safe to say he's not an Zachary fan. No, I didn't. No. I must watch that. No, I haven't watched that yet, Matt. He's done a review of the gate, has he? I didn't realise. Pav, late on parade, Pav. Only popped in so oh, you're on night shift. Yeah, so Pav's another way. He likes to watch YouTube while he's working. I'm only joking. There you go. And Keith as a recommendation for Lane as well. True Tank or the new Mini Berserker are both great. So obviously Keith has tried the Mini Berserker and he thinks that's good. I haven't tried it, but I have heard it's pretty good. And have I caught up? No. Robert, here's a question. Well, it starts with why. That's normally a question. Why do all the liquids with peanut butter flavourings in them all taste of hazelnut and not peanut? I don't know. I don't know. Why would that be? Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if that is the case. I'm trying to think what I've had with peanut butter. There was one I had. That was a concentrate from Nom Noms, and I can't really recall. I didn't like it that much, that one. I did like some of this, but not that one. So I think I can't remember what it was even called now. Can't remember. I have caught up. Look, I've only gone and caught up. Andy Harris. I recommend the True noob friendly to corner with. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, it is. I've done a review, a demonstration on how to coil and wick the True Tank. If you follow it, it is quite easy. The secret, as I've always said, is you wick through, just prime the coil, not the ends of the wick. Leave them quite dry and fluffy. Put your chimney on top. It will expand itself, and you'll have no dry hits, no overrunning, and no leaks. Andy Fletcher. Love my tray, my little nugget with peach, mango and papaya, all nature. Yeah, bless you. Thanks, Andy. Well, you pretty much got what I'm on. That's the peach, mango and papaya. And that's the, did show it off earlier, I don't know if you saw it. That's the Ember 60 mod by Dovpo. It's a little 60 watt battery, internal battery. Loving this little mod. The nugget was good. We all know the nugget was good. I've had one or two back, to be honest, and the pain with the nugget was that it came up with check battery. So many of them did that, and it was such a shame. But other than that, the vape quality you got from that, and you're going to say, well, the mod is only a power source, it should only provide power. I don't hold with that, because different chips are different, and I've had some mods that I've put a tank on, I think I'm not getting anything from it. I put it on another mod, same wattage, and I get whole heaps from it. So it's not, it can't just be a power source. It can't be. There's more in it than that, unless it's just in my head, but I don't think it is. Anyone agree with me on that, by the way? Mods do vary. The taste flavours mod to mod. I think it does. I would have poo-hooed my own comment a few years ago, but I genuinely believe that now. Yeah, the the Skyline, that's another good one. Depends as well if you fancy a mouth to lung with quite an open draw. If you do, probably the gate is more for you than the True Tank, to be honest, because you can get that to be more open. If you're a direct lunger now, you may want to make that transfer to a mouth to lung in a bit more of an open way. I don't know. Just a thought. Bless you, Pav. Let's put that one on there. It's worthy. True Tank, for me, best mouth to lung I've ever tried. Yeah, and I know Pav's telling the truth, because I bumped into him at Expo, and in his hand was a True Tank, which cheered me up no end. And we had a lovely chat and a pint, so that was nice. I'm sorry, I've missed a bit with your chat. I think there's Vaping Smurf. Depends on. Oh, that's the peanut butters. Yeah, depends on the concentrate. Let's put it up there. Vaping Smurf. Up you come. Lovely logo. Love that. Actually, Vaping Smurf, you're a little bit like my. Oh, I can't put it up. Oh, how annoying. I can't, or can I? Overlays. No, I can't. I don't think. No, I don't dare. No, there's my little Giphy with a thumbs up. I'll do it another day. I'll add it. I'm on my single frame for a single guest or a single person. What's the word I'm looking for here? You know what I mean. But if I had a guest on, I get a whole load of different things to add on to that. But yeah, it depends on the concentrate you're using. Some peanut butters are good, others are horrible. I guess that's a fair comment. But and Salford, and just put it back in the box. I forgot it. I presume you're talking about the Skyline there, are you, David? It was a very good tank, and there are similarities between that and the gate. You know, it's not a copy directly, but they have definitely used, you know, that technology or that influence, shall we say. It's influenced by the Skyline. The Skyline was the innovation, you know, that came out with that first. You basically, for the juice flow with the Skyline, you twisted it and kept going. It's on a thread. Whereas with the gate, you twist it and it goes round, you know, on a slightly different way. Yeah, no, Andy, the Nugget's not lawnmower friendly. I think I've finally thrown it away now. I think I did. Where was it? Yeah, I don't know what I've done with that. I think we threw it away. Yeah, well, there you go, Andy. Yours is doing the same. This is about the Nugget. Oh, why didn't that come up? Bosh. Mine comes up no battery when it stands. Yeah, it's when you haven't been using it for a little while, and it comes up either check battery or no battery. Well, how can it have no battery? It's a built-in battery. So, you know, it was just a bit annoying, but the actual vape quality was good. Yeah, before or after the lawnmower. Yeah, the lawnmower didn't do Tina's Nugget too much good. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to put that up. Well done, Chunk. Yeah, you're quite right. It's not a copy. It's becoming more used these days as people are running out of ideas. There is only so much you can do with a pair of posts, a coil, and some wick and some airflow. There are going to be tanks like hybrids. There are going to be things that take one idea from one from another, one from another. I mean, I know when the True Tank was being reviewed, everyone said, oh, it's got a K-Fun style deck. I thought, well, I don't think it has. But people will use terminology like that. What they mean is it's got two screws. Well, how do you not have two screws, to put a wire in? So, yeah, I mean, things are becoming much of a much in some respects, although things also get refined. And, I know in the early days, something like this little mod here, we'd have gone, yeah, it's good, but there's a rattly battery. Well, there's no rattly battery now because they've engineered ways round it with like this bit to tighten at the bottom. So yes, things get copied. They get all right. Take music. There's only so many notes, aren't there? And you hear a song and you think that's got a bit of so and so in it because there are only so many notes. So you're going to have duplications of things, and these things are no different. Although, as we know, there are direct copies. Yeah, Andy, I agree, Mark. Different mods, same tank, different taste. I really do believe that. But when you think, really, I don't understand in a way why. Because it's only a power source. So, it's like using a mech. I mean, I like a mech. And I always think, oh, this tastes good on a mech. Why would that be any different? You can get a mod and put it on like direct mode. So in principle, it's in mech mode. The chip is being almost like bypassed. It doesn't taste the same. So, or is that in my head? I don't know. Matt Benson. Currently using the Wifey Integra for mouth to lung. Dodgy top fill, but flavour is awesome. Integra. Have I seen the Integra? Can't remember. They sent me a new one the other day. Or in fact, when did that arrive? This morning. Anyway, I'll save that for another show. I haven't looked at it properly yet. Papa Chigley. Yeah, hi, how are you? Ooh. Kieran, I think we've reached the pinnacle of innovation. We're now refining ideas. I think in some ways you're right. But the refinements are there, aren't they? I mean, I know it's not the same. Look at computers. This computer's got a keyboard. Look how much they've been refined and how good they are. I mean, there was a time I remember buying a computer and I spent a lot of money on it because it had a massive 4 GB. Well, now that's laughable, isn't it? But I mean, I know it's not the same, and these will not take on that sort of development. But yeah, the refinements are definitely there. And isn't it nice now that I think the biggie for me was the leaking in the early days, and and they did. We can't say they didn't. They did. But now that's pretty much been eradicated. How nice is that? And now it's down to what you think looks nice, what appeals to you. And I don't think airflow. Airflow for me is critical. Not all. I mean, I try a lot of mouth to lung tanks, and some of them I think, I don't like this airflow. It's still tight, but it just doesn't feel like it gives you what it should. And that's what, blow my own trumpet, I believe the True Tank does do. Yeah, fair comment, Vaping Smurf. The Carlin Mini is a great example. It's the exact same deck as a profile. And I was looking at one as well, the reload and the recurve. I mean, how close are they? Really close. If they were designed at different times by different people, Well, they ought to get together because they've got a very similar brain. That's all I can say. Oh, well, there you go, Papa Jiggly. Mouth to lung discussion. I'm currently using the true and the gate. Well, we want to talk mouth to lungs, haven't we, sometimes? But, I've done a bit of direct lung today as well with this little thing. Let's have another vape. I've been talking a lot. I can't believe the punch from a 18350 on that. I really can't. And yeah, Chunk. There you go. Chunk agrees with me. Let's put his comment up. 100% right. Mechs taste different. They do. They do taste different. I'm convinced they do. And in a nice way. And mechs aren't for everyone. Some people don't like the aspect that potentially, that it could be a pipe bomb. And I get that. I do get that. But if you're sensible, you've done everything right, there's no reason why a mech mod should be dangerous at all. But some people just aren't confident in that. Andy Harris, 4 gig you elitist. Yeah, it was at the time. Oh, it was a long while ago. Can't remember the make of it now. Kieran, I like that one, Kieran. Yeah, back there, it gave you a tank a hard stare, and it did. I remember the K-Fun Mini. I loved that little tank, and it was, you got it set up. It was just utter perfection. You thought vaping isn't going to get any better than this, and you go to fill it up, and it just leaks all over your hand. It was a sod. It was a real love-hate relationship, me and that tank. Oh, right, let's put that one. I asked Mike Votes why the recurve dual wasn't a 30mm. He said, get this, who would want a 30mm? I think there's quite a lot of people junk, don't you? And really, normally, you'd think in the US that they normally like bigger the better, isn't it? For them, I mean, everything they seem to do has to be, bigger, bigger, bigger. They like big. I mean, I personally, I this little thing for me, I just think, how great is that? I'm not into big, chunky things. Couldn't resist that one, chunk. But, I know, the FP, I enjoyed that as a tank. That was a 30mm. Why wouldn't you want that with the capacity? So if you, there's a market for all that. That's what I believe. Keith, look at that. 5 months, no cigs. Happy to. Well done, Keith. And you've broken the back of it now. I would be convinced. And after 5 months, you won't want a cigarette now. And if you do, I remember when I stopped and I was vaping, I had one moment of weakness one night. And I said to someone, they were rolling the vape. I said, roll me one of them. He rolled out, I had about 2 puffs. Oh, you don't realise how much, and the metallic-y taste in your mouth is, it's horrible. But when you're smoking, you don't get that at all. And even, I remember when I was smoking and people go, and you think, oh, get over it. What's the matter with it? But now, when you don't smoke, you don't realise how much you used to stink and how much they stunk. It's unbelievable. Yeah, a reformed smoker, nothing worse. Yeah, and it is. It's whatever keeps you off the fags, definitely. Yeah, I think I missed a bit with Curly Chill, but the airflow will be a bit more volatile. Airflow on, was that something you were talking to someone else about? I don't know which that was about. Yeah. Keep putting chunks. Come on, chunk, talk. With mechs, you have that satisfying. You do a satisfying ramp up and a gradual tail off of the battery. You do, and that's what I like. Because if you think about smoking, as you were, and we all, or most of us were. I can't, wouldn't be too many that weren't. You smoke a cigarette. It was that like crescendo, wasn't it, of flavour and you're smoking and gone. And with a mech mod, I think that simulates that pretty well. And I think, you do get that ramp up. It's nice. Yeah, and a very good point, Andy. If you get a weak moment, sniff an ashtray, it worked for him. And you notice if you go out anywhere, for a drink or anything, and someone nips off for a cigarette and they yank it into them as quick as they can, back they walk past you in a pub or whatever, and you just think, oh, really? It seems to smell even worse. Asphodel, let's put that one up. I had one cig since I stopped 14 months ago. Yeah, and it is. And did you notice, Asphodel, it was like a metallic-y taste. That's what I got from it when I tried one. Yep, these days, can't wait to smoke it down there. Yeah, 100 metres. I can smell it a mile off. Yeah, there's also that other moment where you get that little, I don't know, it's a different smell that you get from smoking. You think, that was all right. But it's weird, isn't it? It is weird. What goes on with your brain with smoking? It's a funny habit, that's for sure. Oh, the Kylan mesh, top airflow. Right, okay, thanks, Curly Chew. Yeah, I'm not... mesh is something I either haven't mastered or it's not for me, I don't think. It's good with stock coil or stock coil tanks, coils, but I haven't really had a good experience. I think I need... Who was it? I think it was Rob, UK Vapester, that was telling me that how he wicked it, which was better. Maybe I need to more practice required. Oh, that's not good, Matt. Matt's I'm forced to vape with smokers at work. Well, I think if that was me, I'd just have a weak bladder and go to the toilet a lot. No one. That's the thing with vaping, especially a mouth to lung, like this mango flavour. If you vape that, thanks for the thumbs down, whoever that was. If you vape that in public and no one sees any vapour, because of course you can like swallow it and there is none. It probably smells like you've just eaten a boiled sweet or something. There's nothing else from it that you can get. But yeah, standing outside with smoke, especially in the winter, that's not overly nice, I wouldn't have said. As part of the reason I started on rebuildable straight away. And it does. That's a good point, Keith. I'll put that up there. Rebuildables, they do. It's like you're rolling a cigarette, aren't you? And that's part. Remember the knife? That's not a very good idea to use that, is it? Here's the roll up, and remember the end we used to. It's all part of it, isn't it? It's the tinkering. It's the, and that's why rebuildables probably, that has the same mindset, I would have said. One 11 years. Wow, chunk. That's a long time. So, vaping hasn't been going for 11 years. You must have had a non smoking period and then started vaping, I guess. Has it been going 11 years? If it has, I missed the start, that's for sure. Alright, well, there you go. That's caught up with chat. So, I hope everyone had a good bank holiday weekend. I was only going to come on for an hour. We're done an hour, so we'll do a bit longer. I bought something. I want to... There's a project I got in my head, and to do that project, it's been going for longer than that. Okay, sorry, Chunk. Chunk's just told me off. I think vaping wasn't in the public eye certainly at that time. But yeah, I bought myself a 3D printer, and I knew nothing about 3D printers at all. So of course, over the weekend, there I was on Fusion 360 trying to come up with a program. I actually found a YouTube video and copied it. I don't know how well you can see that. There's just a little sliding box. But yeah, I was quite pleased with myself well, actually, it wasn't the first attempt. That was the second attempt. The first attempt was here, but that's just a bit tight fit, that one. I did the offset a bit more for the little one, but yeah, I was quite pleased with that. Red doesn't show up very well on here, does it? That's come out all right. So yeah, I won't keep playing with them. I'll get in enough trouble. Tina for sliding them about. But yeah, so I don't know if anyone's into 3D printing or not, but what a fascinating subject. But the trouble with all these subjects are they're time consuming, and time is precious, isn't it? But I just wish that sometimes I could have more time, to learn about things like that, because I just love it. The day just bang, it's gone when I'm doing something like that. It really is. Oh right, okay. Bye, Andy. Take care. I tricked a friend with vaping. Let's put that up there. That's Fidel. I tricked a friend with vaping. He was against vaping, got brainwashed, and said vaping stinks. Once he smelled my caramel blows, I thought someone was cooking like a head. So right. So that, yeah. I mean, it depends what flavours you are vaping. And in the early days, what was that? Was it called Dark Ship or something? Oh, that wasn't very nice. I didn't think it was. It Dark Ship? Have I got that wrong? Chunk will know. He's like a mind of information. But yeah, that didn't smell very nice. And some of the wannabe tobacco-y type flavours really weren't good in the early days. They really weren't. Gary, hi Gary. We off, Kieran? Take care. Oh, his face when he realised it was my vape. Yeah. Yeah. Chunk would like a 3D printer, but I think my son would be printing Lego pieces all day. There's so much you can print, isn't it? When you look at how I thought 3D printers were really expensive, and I've been looking lately. I thought, well, they're not that dear. They come right down in the money. And I haven't bought a really super expensive one, but I've bought one perhaps in the middle. I was trying to explain to someone. I said I bought a Ford. I didn't want a Bentley, but I didn't want a Lada either. But I just wanted something half decent that gave me a reasonable result. But yeah, I'm loving it at the minute. Oh, there you go. Matt Benson, I'll have to look at that, Matt. Someone just put plans up for a DNA board base build on tab on Thingiverse. Something for you to try. I've looked at Thingiverse and some of the things on there. I guess, Matt, my mentality is, yes, I like seeing what other people have done, and there was a precision screwdriver I quite liked on there as well. But I like to create. I'm a creator, and I like to build my own design things. But I know I'm stubborn, and obviously some things that other people have done, you think, wow, that's great, love it, and I like that too. But in general, I am going to want to be stubborn and build my own. Well, that's true tank. Blah blah blah. That's my mentality. That's what I'm like. But yeah, I've got no. I mean, this, to be honest, this was. I'll have to find his name if anyone's interested. Really good teacher of Fusion 360 on YouTube, and that was actually his design. That one. Then I thought, well, I want to completely redo it again, without his help, with the laptop sitting here and me doing it, and made it again but smaller with my own size. So, yeah. Just to prove that it's sunk in. Cheerio, John. Take care. John Nash is off. Nurse going to be here. Right. Yep. The nurse has arrived, has she? Got to say goodnight. Nurse going to be... Oh, right. Yes. Yeah, so his nurse is going to be there soon. What's this one? Chunk? Put that out. Might make more sense. The best nets. Where's my brain? I've had for a guy in the US called Fog Sauce. Some of the real special... What? Nets. Sorry, what are nets? Abbreviations. I hate abbreviations. What are nets? Tell me right now. I'm going to see the answer and go, oh, for God's sake. But never mind. DNA build tab, the one that vaping I think uses lately. And yeah, so it's junk and a tar. Oh, yeah, well, there you go. See, naturally extracted tobacco. I can probably guess why you didn't write that in full, but abbreviations. Funnily enough, I went a little funny story, and we'll wind up the show, I think, then. But a guy that I knew, his mother started putting lol on all the text messages she was sending to him. And he said, why are you putting lol on all my messages? And she said, well, that's lots of love. So we all get confused, especially us older folk. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Keith. We got there. He explained. It's Les Pickin. He does these naturally extracted tobaccos as well. Yeah, he does. The Juice Cabin. Anyway, I think because there's only me tonight, I just thought rather than not have a show, I thought I'd pop on, explain. It's bank holiday. The Monday I was working, pretty much most of it, and Tuesday creeps up on you quicker than you think, and it's my fault. I didn't ask anyone, so next week I'll try and be a little bit more planned. And get someone on as a guest. It is hard to keep finding different people. Original, like last week, it was great. I had Josh from Jack Rabbit Vapes on. I thought it was nice. He's never done it before, and I thought he was a great guest. Open, honest. It worked, I thought. So, if anyone else has got any last questions, get them in really quick. Oh my word, Vaping Smurf. Just saying that the Vaporand warehouse was broken into. Oh, my word. So there's going to be a lot of that as well, isn't there? Honestly. Thanks, Coil UK. Yeah, lovely. So we haven't really discussed or done much on the show tonight. It was just to have a chat, pop in. And say hi and just chew the fat. That's what it's all about. Sometimes these things don't have to be full of gusto, do they? I don't know how many people we got. How many we got? 46 watching, 18 likes. What's that all about? And 1 thumbs down. I'm sure someone does it for fun. I'm sure they do. So, I think until next time. Daniel, yeah, good night, Daniel. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate that because I know you weren't feeling very well. So until next time. Oh right, sorry, I thought it was a question. Andy Harris, yeah, thanks, Andy. You did great on your own. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes I won't always be able to have a guest, but maybe it'd be nice to have someone who was like semi-regular. So if I didn't have a guest, there'd be 2 of us, like the normal 2 or something. I don't know, but we'll see as the weeks go by. But I'm enjoying it. Hopefully you are. It's what it's all about. It's just having a chat. So until next week, 8:30 again Tuesday on my YouTube channel. Take care. Be lucky. And have fun and keep vaping. Bye everyone. Take care. Thanks for watching. You're great.